I'm honored today to talk to you about our flag. I would like to start off with reciting that ragged old flag written by Johnny Cash in 1969. And in these versions of the flag, it'll be a reminder to some of you of the history our flag's been through. And it goes like this, the ragged old flag. I walked through a county courthouse square, and on a park bench, an old man was sitting there. I said, your old courthouse looks a little run down. He said, no, it'll do for our little town. I said, your flagpole leans a bit, and there's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it. He said, is this the first time you've been to our little town? I said, I think it is. He said, come over and sit down. He said, I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag. You see, we got a hole in that flag there when Washington took it across to Delaware. And it got a bad rep in New Orleans with Pakenham Jackson tugging our seams. And almost fell at the Alamo beside the Texas flag, but she waved on now. She got cut by a sword in Chancellorsville. She got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There's Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Reg, and the South wind blew hard on that ragged old flag. In World War I, she got a big hole from a birthday gun. She turned blood red in World War II, and she hung low and limp a time or two. She went to Korea and Vietnam. She went where she is sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships on a briny foam, and now we've about quit waving her back here at home. In her own good land, she's been abused. She's been denied, dishonored, and refused. And the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare and wearing thin, but she's in good shape for the shape she's in. And since she's been through the fire before, I think she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, we take her down every night. We don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her upright. On second thought, I do like to brag. I'm kind of proud of that ragged old flag. Then I would like to recite Old Glory Ask. Hello, remember me? Some call me Old Glory, others calls me Stars and Stripes, or the Star-Spangled Banner. But whatever you call me, it's all right, because I'm your flag, the flag of the United States of America. But something's been bothering me, and I thought I could talk to you about it. I thought you and I should take a brief walk down memory lane. I remember years ago, people lined both sides of the street to watch a parade. And naturally, I led every one of them, proudly waving in the breeze. I remember your dad standing there. As soon as he saw me coming, he removed his hat and placed it on his left shoulder, so his hand was over his heart. Remember? And I remember you standing there straight as a soldier. Oh, you didn't have a hat, but you were given a proper suit. Remember? And not to be outdone, I remember your little sister standing there beside you, and she was saluting the same as you, remember? But what happened? I'm the same old flag. A couple stars have been added since some of us were young. And a lot more blood has been shed since those parades long ago. But nowadays, I come down your street, I don't feel as proud as I used to. People just stand there with their hands in their pocket. I see children running and shouting. They don't seem to know who I am. I saw one man remove his hat and place it on his shoulder. As he looked around and saw no one else had, he immediately put his back on. Is it a sin to be patriotic anymore? Have you forgot what I stand for and where I've been? Anzio, Iwo Jima, Guadalcanal, Korea, Vietnam, Panama, Desert Storm, Afghanistan. Some days you take a good look at our memorial honor rolls of all those names of the young people who didn't come back so that our nation could stay free and one nation under God. You see, when you salute me, you are actually saluting them. Well, one day soon, I'll be down your street again. When you see me coming, stand straight, place your hand over your heart, and I'll salute you back by gently waving in the breeze. And then I know you will remember. This glorious banner of our country is sacred to us. Look at it closely for a moment. Our flag represents all that we are and hope to be. In our flag, we see the white stripes symbolizing purity of purpose and our freedom of thoughts, expression, and worship. These are the privileges we guarantee to all who live in our land. These are the rights we defend against all enemies who seek to crush the American way of life we have to live. Also in our flag, we see the red stripes symbolizing courage, our willingness to die if necessary for the preservation of our American ideals. There's the Camp Blue Field containing the 50 stars representing our states to hold intact for us all that is truly ours, the desire for peace, progress, and freedom throughout our nation. My friends, I wish you all to get your flag out and display it for your community, your neighbors, and your friends. And I hope you love your flag as much as I love mine. Thank you.
You're 85?
Yeah.
And did you drive here?
Yeah. The hospital told me last week it's time to think about giving it up. For the last 2 years, I've had 19 appointments down to VA in Columbus. Been to 11 different doctors, and I've been through everything they got. Urology, neurology, cardiology, sound booth, you name it. We had stress tests, 3 CAT scans, 3 x-rays, and all that. And not once did any one of them doctors say the word cancer. And New Year's Day, I had to go to the emergency room. And they put me in the hospital at Riverside, and 4 days later he said, well, you've got pancreas cancer, stage 4, and it's spread. You have it in your kidneys, your liver, and now it's migrated to the brain. And he said, they had me scheduled for chemotherapy, and he said, well, we're gonna give you treatments, radiation in the head, see if we can stop or slow down what's working in your brain. And so after 10 treatments of that, and then he said, well, there's no use, unless you want to suffer a little, to take chemotherapy, because it's just gonna make you miserable. And he said, well, what's up here is what's gonna take you out. So I have 1 son, 3 grandkids, and 1 great grandkid. I've had a good life. I've had good people around me, and this whole community should really appreciate what the American Legion has done for them. There for about 9 years, we were doing 5 and 6 assemblies in different schools, local schools around here. And then I think it was, 99 or 2000, when the principal said they didn't have time, they had too much government paperwork, and they didn't want us taking the classroom. When we go to the schools and do the flag program, I had a 27-minute history program of our flag, starting out with the flag in England back in 1200. And so we usually have 12, 15 people go to those assemblies and help us with the flags. I enjoyed every minute of it. I still see kids in their middle 20s to the 30 years old. I remember you, you're the flag man.